and a trip down the aisle you'll never forget.
Presented by Broadway Across America, October 17th through 21st at Chrysler Hall. Call 757-671-8100 or visit Ticketmaster.com.
For more than 25 years, Southampton Health Services has helped Hampton Roads fight obesity. Our team of doctors and nurses provide you with a supervised weight loss program. Not some fad diet, but a healthy long-term lifestyle change. Better food choices, manageable exercise programs. All designed to help you and your family achieve their goal of feeling better and losing weight. Southampton Health Services, honoring our servicemen and women overseas, and a proud sponsor of Get Fit Hampton Roads.
13 News at 6 starts right now.
From NFL star to star in court, today's Super Bowl champ Dexter Reed appeared before a Chesapeake judge on illegal weapons charges.
And that is the big story this Monday night on 13 News at 6. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Regina Mobley.
And I'm David Allen. Chesapeake police arrested Reed last week. Police
discovered the weapons in Reed's car after he parked illegally in a handicapped parking space. 13 News reporter Sella Kim is live at the Chesapeake jail tonight. Sella, Reed asked the judge to set bond so that Reed could be released from jail.
That's right, Regina and David, and the judge granted him a $1,000 bond. His attorney, John Brown, thinks it was appropriate considering Reed has no prior convictions and his ties to the community. The judge granting Dexter Reed a $1,000 bond for each concealed weapons charge, a light bond by some standard, but not according to his attorney, John Brown.
Well, there's a lot of things the judge has to consider. Certain things he has to consider from statute, and certainly this defendant has no prior record, lifelong ties to the community, living with his mother, hasn't been convicted of anything. And so the court certainly followed the law and the statute in this particular case and seen that bond was a fit thing to do.
But the former Indianapolis Colts defensive back wasn't entirely free from legal trouble. He was already facing a concealed weapons charge and a drug possession charge. And Thursday's incident only adding to it. Police say he parked his car in a handicapped space at this Chick-fil-A. He gave officers permission to move it, and that's when two weapons were found in the 2000 Cadillac.
Well, I know that there was a handgun in the front seat. Upon further search of the vehicle, there was an AK-47 in the trunk of the car.
Despite the string of legal battles ahead, Brown says his client is holding up as best as he can, relying on the support of friends and family.
He's doing fine, as fine as anybody would be who's in jail, but he recognizes he's got the love of his family and he's got people who are working to get him out so he can go back to his life, and he's comfortable and he's confident that justice will prevail.
And Reed's preliminary hearing is scheduled for November 14th. We'll keep you posted. Reporting live with the latest in Chesapeake, Sella Kim, 13 News.
New information tonight on the dogs taken from Michael Vick's property. According to documents filed in federal court today, some of the dogs may be adoptable. All 49 dogs were evaluated in early September. The report says one of the dogs is extremely aggressive and should be euthanized. As for the 48 other dogs, the report says the dog shows potential to be rehabilitated. As part of his plea deal, Vick is required to pay for the dog's care.
Tonight, Hampton police want your help finding the person who shot a man outside a popular nightclub. The shooting happened early Sunday morning at Crabber's Restaurant and Lounge on Mercury Boulevard. Police say a fight inside the club spilled outside and ended with a man being shot in the chest. Tonight, he is in stable condition. This is not the first time violence has erupted at the nightclub. Back in April, a man shot another man inside the club.
Virginia Beach police bust a Salem middle school teacher for drugs. 24-year-old Mark Campbell is charged with misdemeanor possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute. The arrest came during a narcotics investigation that led to a search of Campbell's home. The school district has suspended Campbell without pay. Now to a developing story out of Franklin. Two men stranded in a wrecked plane for 6 hours are home resting tonight. Pilots Monty Kroll and Ricky Rothig were stuck 50 feet in the air and upside down after their airplane's engine sputtered out. 13 News reporter Patrick Terpstra joins us now in the newsroom. And Patrick, both men received just minor injuries.
Some minor cuts to the face and a few bruises, but that's it. They did not want to share their story with us just yet, but they are expected to talk to the FAA this week about their most unusual Sunday night. Upside down, 50 feet in the air, they waved for help to passing helicopters. Monty Crowell and Ricky Rothig crashed into the treetops after their plane's engine ran into trouble. Veteran pilot Fuzzer Shermer says the two were probably thinking about just one thing moments before they crashed.
Where is the nearest suitable landing area?
Pilots regularly train for engine failure. Without an engine, an airplane turns into a glider, able to make a safe emergency landing, usually.
What should be going through their head is how to keep cool and execute the maneuver successfully.
But without enough speed and time, the canopy of trees became the pilot's only option. The men's families say they don't know why the engine suddenly failed. The FAA is planning to investigate, but is having trouble reaching the plane, which is still in the trees.
It and similar things have happened in the past, and with varying results. But nonetheless, we don't expect something like that.
The other question tonight is how to remove the hulking aircraft from the treetops. State police says it's a safety issue, but it's also a money issue. Someone will have to pay for a salvage crew to remove the plane. It's just not clear who will foot the bill. Coming up tonight at 11, here's some of the 911 call made by one of the pilots as he tangled upside down. Live in the newsroom tonight, Patrick Terpstra, 13 News.
Virginia Beach police make an arrest in a murder that's more than a year and a half old. Police arrested 30-year-old Lamont Walton for the murder of Jerry Lee Barber. Barber's body was found inside a home on 16th Street back in January of 2006. Police believe the men were acquaintances. Tonight, Walton sits in the Virginia Beach jail without bond. And Beach police arrested a Smithfield man they say was peeping up a young woman's skirt. Investigators say 46-year-old Paul Moore used a mirror to take a peek. Police say the incident happened at the Pembroke Mall last month. One teenager told police she caught Moore in the act. Moore was released on bond. A fond farewell today for sailors aboard the USS Whidbey Island. The amphibious assault ship and its crew deployed today in support of the global war on terror. 13 News military reporter Mike Gooding was pierside for the goodbyes.
Well, Regina, the Whidbey Island and its 400 sailors are no strangers to deployment, this being the ship's fourth time overseas since 9/11. They're bound for the 5th Fleet area of operations, the Persian Gulf, for maritime security operations and any other missions that might pop up.
These days since 9/11, there is always much uncertainty whenever a Navy warship pulls out. That's especially true for the Gator fleet and vessels like the dock landing ship USS Whidbey Island. Last year, she and other amphibs were basically minding their own business in the Med when war broke out in Lebanon. Next thing you knew, they were using their hovercraft to help hundreds of Americans flee to the safety of Cyprus. It is because these ships are so versatile and so reliable that they are so often deployed. For the families left behind, though, it's never easy.
You do worry about them, but you try to put it at the back of your mind because there's always that chance. I mean, what the world is now, unfortunately.
Loved ones turn to a higher authority to help them cope.
Quite honestly, a lot of prayer, a lot of time on your knees, good friends, support group from the ship, because you're not alone. You're not alone.
The Whidbey Island just came back last December 4th, but the Navy says this wasn't a surge deployment, but a regularly scheduled deployment. Either way, it's supposed to be a 6-month deployment, meaning if all goes well, they'll be back in late March or early April. Reporting live, Mike Gooding, 13 News.
Still to come on 13 News at 6, Virginia Beach police searching for a pair of armed robbers wanted in a brutal attack.
And the city of Norfolk moving forward with this light rail project, but for some homeowners and businesses, the rail system has no silver lining. Why they're being forced out.
I'll have the 7-day forecast, which calls for more of the same, but a couple chances for a few isolated showers. I'll let you know when you might need that umbrella coming up in a couple of minutes.
This hurricane season, prepare and protect yourself with your free copy of Hurricane Watch, a comprehensive guide from the 13 News Weather Lab. Hurricane Watch, protecting you before, during, and after the storm. With evacuation routes, flood maps, emergency contacts, must-have supplies, and more. Ask for your free copy of Hurricane Watch at participating Allstate agents. Sponsored by Mini Price Storage.
Some things just get better over time. And if you're a homeowner age 62 years or older, a reverse mortgage could make this the best time of your life. Hi, I'm Robert Wagner for the Senior Lending Network. A reverse mortgage is a government-insured loan that allows homeowners 62 and over to access the equity in their homes without making any monthly loan payments. I know it sounds too good to be true, and I'm sure you have a lot of questions. That's why the Senior Lending Network created this free educational video. It'll tell you all about government regulations, insurances, and safeguards, costs and fees associated with reverse mortgage, estate planning and inheritance issues, and much, much more. So if you're a homeowner, 62 years or older, let me send you your free video right now. It really could make this the best time of your life.
Call 1-800-908-0675. That's 1-800-908-0675. Call now.
When a guy can't get his wahine to put some halakaheki all over his moa'u, then he's gotta go someplace else. The Hawaiian chicken sandwich with grilled pineapple, new at Hardee's.
The K&G 2 suits for $150 event is on. Right now, for a limited time, you can get 2 selected men's suits for just $150. That's less than the price of one at a department store. K&G Fashion Superstore.
Conan Landscape will take you from design to final installation, creating a beautiful place for you and your family. Turn your yard into a tranquil haven with Conan Landscape. Call Conan Landscape and make your yard spectacular.
Watch Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy!
Weeknights starting at 7.
Only on WVEC.
Tonight, Virginia Beach police are on the hunt for 2 armed robbers. Police say the men bashed their victim in the head and then helped themselves to the man's belongings.
It happened over the weekend in the Lynbrook Landing section of Virginia Beach. 13 News investigator Wayne Carter is live at police headquarters with the rest of the story. Wayne.
Well, David, the investigation into this well underway tonight. Police working this is it's very similar to a number of other robberies that have happened recently. This was a gentleman who had come home, walks into his door, and as he opens the door, 2 men rush inside and put a gun into the back of his head.
And we pulled in, there's cop cars all the way down the street.
Fear in this neighborhood after 2 men lunged from the bushes and attacked a man as he walked into his home.
Yes, one of the suspects did strike him in the back of the head.
The victim was too upset to talk on camera, angry and frustrated with the ordeal. He was held down with a gun in the back of his head while the men stole money, jewelry, and a safe.
But he had staples on top of his head, and it's really scared me. My brother's staying with me right now, which was really nice.
The victim told us in the scuffle he recognized his attacker as a former classmate from high school, someone he hadn't seen in years. Now police are trying to find the man who robbed and threatened to kill him and left his neighbors frightened.
Because we used to have really big bushes here, and I'm glad I took them down, because now I don't have to worry about somebody jumping on us.
And tonight, many people in that neighborhood very shaken up by this, saying they'll do what they can to stay on guard, keep lights on, and make sure they have an eye out for this. Again, the victim in this totally recognizes this person. He says he's pretty sure he knows him from high school and has come down here to police headquarters to talk to detectives and try to see what he can do to help police get him behind bars. That's the latest live in the beach tonight. Wayne Carter, 13 News.
And still ahead on 13 News at 6.
The city of Norfolk moves one step closer to getting its light rail system on track. Find out how soon construction could begin.
This weather segment is brought to you by Dodge.
There's only one Window World.
I became, from that moment on, a walking billboard for Window World. You can ask fellow coworkers, neighbors, and friends, and they all know who put our windows in.
Window World, the #1 window replacement company in the United States.
With regular furnaces, the forecast often calls for blankets and flannel. But with York's Affinity Modulating Furnace, you'll be singing a little different tune. It adjusts itself in 1% increments, so the temperature you set on your thermostat is the temperature you get. Get up to $1,500 cashback or extended warranties on select products.
On the peninsula, call Tidewater Service Agency, 245-2665. On the south side, call R.S. Andrews of Tidewater at 488-9611.
I want you to know about a research study being conducted by Dr. Lubin and his staff at Hampton Roads Center for Clinical Research.
They're studying an investigational medication for those of you who struggle with pain due to osteoarthritis. If you suffer from aches and pains associated with osteoarthritis and are not getting any relief from taking medication regularly, you may be eligible to participate in this study.
Contact Dr. Lubin's office to learn more about this research study. Call 216-4100.
Hi, I'm Elton John.
Hold me closer, tiny dancer.
I'm Stevie Nicks.
You see, you're a gypsy.
I'm John Mayer.
Waiting on the world to change.
And I'm Dick Lamb. You can hear all these people and me on the new 92.9 The Wave, playing more favorites from yesterday and today.
Digestive problems come from a lot of places.
I needed it yesterday.
Introducing Yo Plus, a delicious new yogurt with special added cultures and fiber that naturally help regulate your digestion, which makes every day more positive.
Good job.
New Yo Plus. Try it for 10 days and feel the difference.
There's only one Window World.
Recently, I had new windows installed in my home, and I'm certainly satisfied. I think Window World is a top-notch company.
Window World, the #1 window replacement company in the United States.
Experience exceptional shopping, extraordinary dining in Merchant Square. Exceptional shopping, extraordinary dining at Merchant Square, Williamsburg, Virginia.
You're watching WVEC TV, Channel 13.
City of Norfolk moves a step closer to getting its light rail project on track.
Today, the city received the necessary money to begin construction on the rail system. 13 News reporter Shannon Sims joins us now live. Shannon, the rail project is forcing some businesses and homeowners to relocate.
Regina, it appears it's the end of the line for a number of businesses and residents living in the Easton Place neighborhood.
I've been here 2 years, and I found out about 6 months after I was here.
Mechanic Howard Forbes is scrambling to find a new location for his auto body shop.
I've been looking for a year and a half, and I've had a few leads. I'm looking at a shop right now that there's 4 people that actually are interested in it, and I may not be at the top of the list, unfortunately.
Forbes is one of 2 businesses along Newtown Road who will soon be forced to move and make way for the city's new light rail system. Forbes just hopes he can keep his business once he finds a new location.
And we want to keep our customer base. We've got several fleet accounts.
Behind Forbes' auto body shop, 7 homes will be demolished to make room for a park and ride lot. Pete Yates says most of the homes are rental properties, but there are a few homeowners who have lived in the neighborhood for decades.
Some of the residents are going to be upset about it, I guess, a little bit, because it's going to be a change in their life that they really weren't ready for.
Ready or not, next month, the Hampton Roads Transit Authority will break ground on the 7.4-mile track. Cheryl Hall's house is feet away from the station's proposed parking lot. Hall is optimistic of the neighborhood's future.
We're hoping that the light rail would be better than some of the neighbors we've been getting.
Now, this project has been in the planning for at least 10 years, and city officials say that they have spoken to a lot of the homeowners and businesses in that neighborhood, but they aren't able to really talk about acquiring the properties, or weren't able to talk about acquiring the properties until they got this money today, $128 million in federal funding. Reporting live in Norfolk, Shannon Sims, 13 News.
A Virginia Beach dog park reopened today after it was shut down last month over concerns about the parvovirus. Officials shut down the park on September 22nd when a woman said her dog that had visited the park was diagnosed with parvo. For the last week, crews have been washing and sanitizing the park daily with bleach. We're told there were no other reports of dogs getting the highly contagious virus.
Your 13 News Weather Lab forecast. Here's meteorologist Evan Stewart.
A pretty nice day today across Hampton Roads with a lot of sunshine. We have seen a few clouds start to roll in on easterly breezes, and we will see a little bit of fog developing overnight. So we take a look at live high-definition weather lab radar. A couple of sprinkles were trying to pop up there across parts of northeastern North Carolina, but most of that activity not quite reaching the ground. Can't totally rule out an isolated sprinkle or two, but real no organized chances for rain for the next several days, although a couple of showers are in the forecast as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. But the forecast for tonight, calling for partly cloudy skies with a little bit of patchy fog developing after midnight. Overnight lows around 60 degrees and a northeasterly wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. On the satellite and radar, 6 o'clock this morning, clear skies across Hampton Roads, and that onshore breeze producing a few of those clouds. Notice a storm system moving here through the Great Lakes and that trailing cold front producing showers through parts of Ohio. They're falling apart here on the southern end, so we're not looking for any rain from that, although notice some of these clouds building in from the south. That's an area of low pressure developing here off the Florida coastline. Looks like it'll start to drift off towards the north over the next few days, and that'll give us a chance for a few of those showers as we head into Wednesday and Thursday, especially across parts of northeastern North Carolina. Otherwise, we had a pretty nice day, 75 degrees for a high temperature. That's where we should normally be this time of year. I had a low this morning of 64, and our record's 94 set back in 1986, and a record low of 40 set back in 1947, and you can see we're almost 12 inches below normal for rainfall for the year. 71 right now on the south side and the peninsula. Easterly winds at 12 miles per hour. Pressure holding steady at 30.33 inches. 74 in Wakefield, 75 Williamsburg, 71 in Newport News and Hampton. Same thing in Norfolk, 75 in Chesapeake, 72 in Currituck, 71 in Elizabeth City, 73 in Edenton, and 75 in Manio. So overnight, partly cloudy skies, a little bit of that patchy fog developing. And as we go through the day on Tuesday, partly sunny skies, low risk of an isolated sprinkle here across the southern outer banks of North Carolina down towards Cape Hatteras, and a little better chance for some isolated showers on Wednesday across parts of northeastern North Carolina. As we go through the afternoon, you can see a few of those showers here popping up. High temperatures by the middle of the week up near 80 degrees. But for tonight, partly cloudy skies, lows around 60, northeasterly winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow, partly sunny and fall-like, highs near 80, easterly winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And those easterly winds will give us small craft advisories for the bay and the ocean, with 3 to 4 foot waves on the bay and 6 to 7 foot seas. The 7-day forecast, where your weekend is always in view. 80 degrees on Wednesday, that shower or two possible. 81 Thursday. Friday, a high temperature of 79, 78 Saturday, 79 Sunday with a chance of a thunderstorm, and 80 on Monday. So hopefully we'll get some rain here across Hampton Roads. We could certainly use it, and you can always check out the full forecast online at WVEC.com.
All righty.
Thanks so much, Evan. All right, Brian Smith sitting in for Scott Cash tonight with some news about the Redskins.
Yeah, I mean, even though they had a little time off, the Redskins, well, they had a bye week this past weekend. They were still working. In the front office, that is. Washington tried to bolster its depleted receiving core, wound up signing veteran Keenan McCardell to the club. The 37-year-old has 861 career catches between Jacksonville, Cleveland, Tampa Bay, and San Diego. McCardell does have a Super Bowl ring with the Redskins. He was a 12th-round pick of Washington back in 1991. McCardell was on injured reserve as a rookie when the Redskins won. They host Detroit on Sunday. The times, they are good for Norfolk State Spartans. Quarterback Casey Hansen and his receiver here, Jeremy Wicker, one of 3 Spartans honored by the MEAC. Hansen got Offensive Player of the Week, Wicker Rookie of the Week, and Jason Creason, an offensive lineman from Suffolk, the Offensive Lineman of the Week. Spartans blew out North Carolina A&T 50-12. Hansen and Wicker hooked up for 2 of Hansen's 5 touchdowns. College hoops. Former Bethel High product Duke Cruz has been suspended indefinitely by the Tennessee Volunteers. Reportedly, marijuana was found in his on-campus apartment last week. Cruz averaged just over 8 points a game for the Vols. He led Tennessee in block shots and field goal percentage as he made all SEC freshman honors. When we come back, our latest HS Game Time Top 10, and we return to Kansas, where there were drivers in the chase finding themselves chasing disappointment.
You know what this feels like right here. Kind of cars and good work, right? Let's get out where Jamie is caught up with Carl Evans.
That's right, Doctor.
Come and explore a place where every home is a castle at this year's Homeorama at Edinburgh Meadows in Chesapeake. You can tour 17 fully decorated and landscaped homes, many valued at over $1 million. Plus, see demonstrations and exhibits designed to entertain the entire family. Every home is a castle at Tidewater Builders Association's Homeorama, presented by BB&T at Edinburgh Meadows in Chesapeake.
Gee, money, where?
Ever since Coach Beamer switched to Intellos Wireless,
It's coming out everywhere.
he's noticed one big difference.
Money coming out of the projector, there's
Now
money
he's getting the
everywhere.
best value in wireless, guaranteed.
Not working too hard.
So it's kind of like he's finding money everywhere he looks. Compare your plan to Intellos. You'll like what you find.
Because our nationwide plans start at just $29.99 with no roaming, and a phone's just 99 cents with free activation. Intellos, no one else compares.
Every radio station has a huge music library. We actually play ours. 93.7 Bob FM. We play anything. .93.7 Bob FM. All your favorite songs, all on one station.
Turn your knob to Bob, y'all.
You're on Business Talk. What's the word, Mary?
Unique. While I have something for everybody, the things I offer can't be found just anywhere.
At Bank of the Commonwealth, we're proud to have a long-standing relationship with businesses like Mary Barnett's. And like her, we work hard to make sure our products are both broad and unique. That's one reason she's banked with us for over 15 years, and a good reason why you should come bank with your neighbors too at Bank of the Commonwealth.
As a plastic surgeon, I'm known for working very closely with my patients and the ease, comfort, and results they experience. But it's what my patients tell me I've earned from them that's most important.
Hubbard Plastic Surgery. Listening to your needs. Passionate about your results.
Some car dealers say they're no haggle like CarMax. But are they really no haggle on everything? At CarMax, we clearly mark our prices on every car. And you get that low price without having to work for it. You see all of your finance options up front, so you can choose the right plan for you. And we don't play games with your trade-in. We'll make you an offer good for 7 days. For a no-haggle car buying experience every step of the way, start your search at CarMax. CarMax, the way car buying should be.
This week on Jeopardy, Alex confesses.
I once tried to teach my pickup truck how to fly.
On Jeopardy.
Weeknights at 7:30. Real-time closed captioning of 13 News at 5, 5:30, and 6 is sponsored by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. Dodge.
It's Monday, and that means our HS Game Time Top 10. No change at the top. The Phoebus Phantoms still unbeaten at 5-0. They stay atop the standings, followed by Oscar Smith. All these unbeatens right now. Salem 6-0, big win last week over Ocean Lakes. Hampton 5-0, Western Branch 5-0 as well. 6 through 10 looks like this. Lake Taylor unbeaten. Green Run, they were supposed to play Friday, but no officials have apparently been assigned to the game, so they'll play at Cox tonight. A chance for the Stallions to go 5-0 with a win. Bethel 4-1. Ocean Lakes, despite the loss to Salem, is now 9th in the poll, and Lafayette, unbeaten at 5-0, rounds out the top 10. And what a day for those in the chase from Kansas yesterday. Mother Nature dictating a good portion of the day. A couple of red flags halting things for drivers. In this case, Tony Stewart had the lead during this red flag, so they go on pit road. Stewart's hoping, let it rain, let it keep raining, it's okay. It didn't happen because they wound up resuming racing, and this is what happened to Stewart. Blows a tire, gets bumped by Kurt Busch, and his day, yeah, that's the rearview mirror. And yeah, a little frustrated. A little anger management maybe for Tony. Down the stretch, Juan Pablo Montoya blows a tire, sending the race into a caution, and that's how Greg Biffle winds up capturing the checkered flag. First win since Miami of last November. Jimmy Johnson is currently your points leader. Back to Stewart quickly in this case. Stewart had the lead when they were in that red flag, winds up dropping to 3rd in the point standing, so you know he wasn't very happy.
Tony.
Not very happy at this point.
Thanks so much, Brian. Sure. And that is 13 News at 6 o'clock. You're up to date at this hour.
Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you back here tonight at 11. Stay tuned now for World News with Charles Gibson.
Good night.
welcome embrace of a loved one's voice. The secret you can only share with your one best friend.